The Sioux Falls Regional Airport is expanding. Right now, it's in the process of adding on a parking ramp with a skywalk, but there's a lot more in the works. As you're about to see in tonight's Eye on Kettleland, it's also looking at adding on to the airport itself with more gates. The Sioux Falls Airport is not that big, according to most travelers.
It's small, but it's easy to get around in.
But it can get busy at times.
We're really undersized, especially certain times of day. In the morning, all the gates are full with launch flights. And even during certain times of the day, midday, the gates are all full. Airport
Director Dan Lettler says the airport has a plan in place to add 5 more gates with an option for a 6th.
Well, the sooner the better. So actually, we're well into the design. We're about 2/3 of the way done with the design for the new concourse.
The airport also wants to extend the concourse out farther so it can add another 3 gates, bringing the total number to 14.
It's still going to be smaller than certainly Omaha, who's going through their $900 million expansion, and still a bit smaller than Des Moines. But for our size community, it's certainly a substantial increase in the amount of gates that we have.
Lettler says as the city continues to grow, the airport has to keep up.
Over the last 20 years, the city has grown on average 3% a year. The number of travelers that we've had through the airport has really mirrored that same growth rate, about 3% a year.
Lettler hopes the project can get off the ground sometime next year, but a lot of that's going to depend on securing the funding, and that's going to be over $100 million. That money will have to come from multiple sources, including federal and state dollars. Travelers we talked with like the idea of a bigger airport with more gates.
That's a good idea. Sometimes when we fly back from, let's say, Las Vegas, we have to wait for a gate.
Plus, it'll open up the competition to add more carriers flying out of Sioux Falls to new destinations.
Hopefully some of those hub destinations, whether it's, Salt Lake, Houston, Newark or LaGuardia in New York. So some of those destinations we're certainly looking at.
And that's exciting news for those who travel a lot.
To bring on some more airlines or whatever it is, to be able to get somewhere quicker, yes, why not?
Lettler says the time is now.
The growth is only expected to continue, but we need to have the extra space to be able to accommodate the growth that is coming.
If it's needed, let's have it.
And to take a closer look at the expansion plans, we've attached a link to the airport's website under this story on Kettleland.com.